Hello, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at FlatOut 2. Now, this is a game from 2006, and it's been on my radar for quite some time now. The problem was, it was not running on Windows 10 or 11. So now I have acquired the game, which runs on Windows 10 and 11. It's also available on Steam, on GOG or Good Old Games. And I think we need to just take it for a spin. Now, when I say take it for a spin, don't expect too much. First and foremost, this game is old. Second of all, it is frame capped to cutscenes on 30 frames, game itself on 60. You can obtain a fun patch or a mod that will unlock FPS all the way to 1000 if you want. There's multiple reshade options available that will actually make the game much more prettier, and all of that can be found across the internet, and obviously Nexus Mods is the main hub for majority of community mods. But end of the day, I'm not entirely sure if this game is the one that you want to mod. This is not Need for Speed Most Wanted after all. So what we're gonna do is just take the game as it is for a spin. I've uncapped the frame rate using NVIDIA control panel, which is easy for NVIDIA users. You go to the NVIDIA control panel, you go to programs, find FlatOut 2 and just set maximum frame rate to 1000 and disable the always enabled vertical sync. So that will actually allow your game to be, instead of 60, it's going to be limited and capped at 100. Which might not seem like much. However, after playing a track with 60 frames and replaying the same track on 100 frames, there is much more feedback. The game runs more fluidly. It's more responsive. Even though this is an arcade driving arcade, it still somehow helps. So, you know, that's just one of those things. Outside of that, obviously the game does have very amazing soundtracks that YouTube will ban into oblivion if I enable them, but outside of that there's nothing else. The car sounds, well, that's probably the biggest problem. The car sounds for every engine is almost identical, and if you play with the SFX enabled, after a while you might get a headache, but that's enough chit chat. Oh, and in regards requirements for this game, a GPU with a 64 megabyte of VRAM is a minimum recommended, and the recommended GPU is, well, something with 128 megs. So, yeah, essentially have a GPU really. This runs even on integrated cards as well. And that's about it. So, let's take it for a quick spin. Can take this one as well. And what we have here, we're apparently pulling 3.7 gigs of video memory allocated, using 6.7 or 6.8 gigs of RAM, and we're at 100 frames, even recording in 4K native. The game resolution is set on 4K, straight out of the box. It does support 4K now, 60 frames as well. Anisotropy filtering, everything else is cranked to the brim as high as the sliders go, and honestly there's not too many sliders to adjust. Let's be real here, there's about 3 of them. And anisotropy filtering being 1, it's set on 8. That's the maximum one. So let's take this for a spin. We have 3 laps and we're gonna bash some cars, I guess. So let's see how that works for us. And as you can see, we are capped at 100 frames, which is not surprising. GPU usage is minimal at best. And yeah. The whole premise of the game is just bash into other cars, gain a little bit of NOS, and just go through the motions that way. So nothing new, nothing unexpected, all things considered. But it's a good fun. Now, I'm not entirely sure if the multiplayer is actually still alive for this game. I wouldn't be surprised if community has actually made some standalone servers so people can still duke it out. But back in the day when this game came out, the FlatOut franchise was rather popular. Obviously because you could do some interesting tricks like smashing into a wall and making your character make weird movements to hit some targets and score points. And overall it wasn't exactly parents' favorite game because it was supposedly promoting brutality and negating the fact that car crashes are a serious thing and should be taken seriously. But then again, you know, end of the day, it's a game, so what do you expect? In terms of the visuals, as you can see, this is kind of Need for Speed Most Wanted level, give or take, minus the weird blur tint. But outside of that, there's nothing really much to it, and this is the perfect game to kill time on a long train ride or something like this. If you want to go through the campaign, if I can even call it a campaign really. Outside of that, yeah, nothing really to write home about. It's more about a nostalgia trip really than actual information about the game, because, you know, 2006 is... It's a long way back. It's a really long way back, and as you know, even for my very bad driving skills, we're still in the first place. Now, there is a mod that actually allows the AI to actually kind of glue themselves to your bumper, so you don't always win per se, or being half a minute ahead of everyone, because the game's difficulty is not exactly scaling up to your progress. It stays as it is, and as you saw, there's nothing you can really change in terms of veteran or arcade or recruit or anything like that, so keep that in mind. As I said, if you want to mod the game, mods are available, go nuts, but that's as far as it goes. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wish there was something more to say, but it's just how it is. It's FlatOut. Number 2. Anyway, I thought there's gonna be a fun little video about this game, and I think we kind of made it. So we're gonna do another track, you know, just so you guys see how it all feels and looks. But I'm kind of happy that we're able to actually play this in 2023, because it is how it is. Sunday Smash Derby. Okay, so now we need to smash some cars while driving, which is pretty expected, really. Oh boy. Right, anyway, I'm gonna leave you guys here. Go enjoy whatever you guys enjoy there, and I'll see you next time. And yeah, I'm gonna shut up now.